Hey everybody, it's Josh here. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to change the Divi logo on scroll. So let's bounce over to a site where I have an example of this. This is actually the design that we come up with in my website design course, and you'll notice that the logo is white and orange, and then there's kind of a darker background color in the menu. And then when you scroll down, the menu color changes and the logo turns all to white. This is really, really handy and a super useful trick when you have this type of situation where the menu might change when you have a fixed navigation in Divi. And then it's also really handy in this type of situation, which is where we're going to apply this, where you have a transparent menu. So you'll see this across all kinds of sites, particularly with Divi, to where there's no menu color. But what would happen is in this case, let's pretend like our client wants to have a white menu when you scroll down. Well, it looks great right now, but watch what happens when we scroll down and we have a white menu, our logo disappears. So wouldn't it be nice if there was a way to have a different logo on scroll? Luckily there is, and it's a very, very quick, easy solution. It's just a little snippet of CSS, and I'm going to walk you through it. Now, if you Google changing a logo on scroll for Divi, you're going to see a lot of results. All of these are still valid. I want to make that very clear. These are all totally fine solutions. The only problem that I have with most of these is that they require some PHP. And you don't need to do that. With one little line of CSS that I'm going to show you, that's all it takes. And this is why I love CSS. So without further ado, let's get right to it. I'm going to give you basically 6 steps to make this happen. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a second logo in here, so when you scroll down, it doesn't disappear. So the first step is you need to make sure, of course, when you get your site set up in Divi, that you go to your theme options and you have your first logo set up. So your first logo is in there. And then the big thing is here is you need to make sure you have fixed navigation bar enabled. That's what's going to, if you're new to Divi, this is what's going to make that menu pop, like stay on the top of the screen when you scroll. So once those are the first 2 steps, make sure you have your first logo in there, then the navigation set. Then we need to go to our theme customizer because we need to make sure that our menu is styled. Now, I've already got this styled for us, but let me just show you what I did. I went into the primary menu and I took the background color all the way down. So you can see right here, if I add a background color, it's going to move things around a little bit. But again, we wanted to have that look where it's transparent so the image in the background pops through. So I've put that all the way down, all the way transparent. And then I do have some basic styling here. You'll see that I've got menu height at 70, and then I've got the max logo height at 53 in this case. Now, with the menu bar, the main menu bar styled, we need to make sure we style the fixed navigation. And that's right here. So fixed navigation settings, you'll see that the fixed menu height is exactly the same. I wanted to have this the same because if I had this lower, for example, this would be fine, but the menu is going to change a little bit. So we want to bump this back to the exact same size that we had in the primary menu, the down state. And then you'll notice that I did make some adjustments here. The primary menu, when you scroll down, is going to be white. And then the links, all of the menu item links are going to be this green. So again, white background, green text. So I've got that all set up. Now, what we need to do is we need to add our second logo. So first things first, once you have your menu styled and you've got everything ready, you're going to want to go to your media library. And then whatever logo that you want to drop in as the second logo, you want to upload that. So I'll actually show you real quick. I've got both logos. Here is, you're not going to see this right now because, well, actually, yeah, you will. So there's the initial logo. And then here is the second logo. Exact same size, exact same logo. This is just dark instead of white, so it pops through. Now, I've already uploaded the first one, as you saw. So let's upload that second one. And with that in our library, let's keep this in mind and keep that open. And now we're going to add our little CSS snippet. So what I'm going to do is go back to my theme customizer. And this little snippet of CSS, for now, we can put right into our additional CSS section. Now, ideally, you would put this in your child theme. If you don't know what that is, I have a ton of resources on that. I'll link below, which will guide you through how to do a child theme so you can use custom CSS. And I actually have a free download for you as well. But in any case, we're going to drop this little snippet of CSS right here. Now, you're not seeing anything yet because we haven't put that second logo in there. But you'll see here, and let me walk you through this because it's actually a very easy, if you're brand new to code or CSS, it's a very easy thing to do. You'll see here that this is saying, hey, when the fixed header comes into play, the logo will be the content of whatever you put right here. That's basically what we're saying, is when you scroll down, the fixed header, the logo that's inside the fixed header, you can change the content. This is one reason I love CSS. We don't need to do any PHP or any wild stuff. All it takes is this one little snippet of CSS. And if you can guess what we're going to do next, you'd probably be right. You're going to go back to your media library. We're going to click into that second logo, and then we're going to take the entire URL. We're going to take that URL. Let's go back to our code. And I've got this little section right here that says URL here. So this is what you're going to replace. You're going to delete that and then put your entire URL of that logo that you just put in the media library. And now with that in there, watch this. Woo, look at that, friends. Is that sweet or is that sweet? It's that easy. This little snippet of code, you just drop in your second logo right there under URL. And then your second logo is going to appear in the menu. Very easy to do. You don't have to add additional plugins. There's some Divi plugins out there that will do this, but again, you don't need it with this little trick. Don't need PHP. We don't need to overcomplicate things. You can come up with a sweet look where your Divi logo changes on scroll with this little snippet of code. And you don't even have to have the exact same logo. You could do sometimes I've done sites where, like, if there's an icon for a brand or for a company, I'll take the name out and just have the icon show up. You can do a lot of cool things. And then for those of you who have been through my Divi CSS course, you know that you could take this to the next level. You could add transition animations. Like, for example, you could make the second logo kind of zoom in. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff that you want, and it's that easy. But in any case, this is all you need. So I'll have this snippet of CSS for you in the post that accompanies this video, and then that's all you need to do. Again, let's just recap those steps. First thing you need to do is make sure that you have your logo in there, fixed navigation set. Make sure you go up here and style your menu correctly under header and navigation, and then add your second logo in your media library. Hold on to that URL, and then just go into your CSS, add that little snippet, and then just change the URL right there. And then, my friends, you're gonna have a sweet little second logo that changes on scroll, and then you can tell your client what a magician you are with web design and CSS. And just as a reminder, if you like this and you want to know more, I do have a Divi CSS course available for you right now. I show you all kinds of stuff like this so you can be absolutely dangerous when you're designing sites with Divi. And this is the power of CSS, guys. If you look through my tutorial library, pretty much everything involves a little snippet of CSS. Once you get the basics, you guys are going to become so valuable, and you're going to start making so much more money because you can do just about anything with CSS, and it's easy peasy. All right, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. See you guys on the next one. Make sure you hit subscribe for more stuff like this because I've got a lot more coming. Cheers, guys.